Hi folks, I'm just out here in my backyard patio. My cat is begging for food. Just got finished raining. You can probably still hear some of the rain. I was just thinking about one of the issues that's been popping up on my newsfeed lately, and that's the issue whether mass shootings have become the new norm. It's something that both conservatives and liberals have been equally concerned about. And it's a legitimate question. And of course both sides are quick to provide simple answers, especially our politicians on both sides. And I think it's because the solutions are actually quite complicated, but people don't want complicated answers. They want simple solutions. They want our leaders to make them feel safe. For that reason, liberal politicians will tend to gravitate towards things like assault rifle bans as a solution, or maybe increasing funding to mental health issues. Conservatives talk about increasing police, like you hear in the background. And judging from the crime rates in my neighborhood, yeah, that's not working too well when it comes to fighting violent crime. So then what are the answers? Well, the problem is that people don't want to hear what the answers are because the answers are complicated. It's not one thing. It's multiple things. And more importantly, it's not about somebody fixing the problem for us. It's about us fixing the problem for ourselves and how we raise our children and what we allow our children to watch. What I'm saying basically is that both ourselves and our children are brought up in a society where violence is seen as a means of solving all of life's problems, or most of life's problems. And when we say it out loud, we're like, that's not true. I don't believe that. But just think about it. Think about what most of our action movies and fantasy movies and shows like Game of Thrones and you name it, Breaking Bad, all these different shows. I mean, just look at what they teach. I mean, granted, they do have some valuable lessons that are productive and valuable in society. But when it comes to violence, violence is core to almost every successful TV show on TV these days. Or the internet, I should say. So, what can we do about it? Should we do anything about it? I mean, it's a First Amendment right to produce, TV shows like that or watch TV shows like that. So then that puts the burden on us as viewers, as the consumer. Should we demand that? Should we demand violence that our children are going to watch? It's not so comfortable when we realize that this problem is really about us as a society, or ourselves, and what we enjoy watching, what kind of video games we like playing, if we're into video games. And it's a tough question. Even for me, I love certain violent video games. I love a lot of violent movies and TV shows. But how does that influence our beliefs and our actions? It's something that ties in with mindfulness, something else that's not taught to our children very often. What can we do to counter these things? Because a lot of societies watch the same movies that we do, but yet they're less violent. And when you look at other societies, I think a lot of it has to do with what's taught in their schools, what's encouraged in their schools, and also what's encouraged by their parents, more importantly. Parents are children's first number one role model. And unfortunately, a lot of parents don't do a great job at that. And they over-rely on teachers and schools to be the role models and to teach their children values. Even our churches often don't do a great job. So that's something as communities and as individuals we need to address. And also as consumers. So just think about that. Let that sink in for a little bit. And think about what you can do or what you can encourage in your community, amongst your friends and your family to do to combat this. And to provide different answers and different solutions to conflict for your children. So you can teach them that violence is not the first thing that a person should resort to when it comes to solving conflict. And that applies also on a national level. We need to teach our children that our foreign policies and how we deal with other countries using violence, that's not always right. In fact, most of the time, it's wrong, absolutely wrong. Now we bully other countries through the use of our military. Now we invade other countries and bomb them when they don't conform to what we or oil corporations or financial industries want them to do. Libya is a good case in point. So just keep all these things in mind. And if you want to debate the issue, feel free to. Always open to debate and being questioned. Just please be polite about it. And don't do any personal attacks. And I'll be happy to engage in any constructive debate on that issue. Aside from that, I hope you all have a great day.